Trinity Health Stadium in Hartford, Connecticut. An Eastern Conference battle in the USL Championship tonight as Hartford Athletic welcomes Loudoun United. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez, Espin on hand for you. Desperation for both of these two as both are trying to get back on track, Ricky. Going to be difficult for Loudoun, though. Hartford owns them in this head-to-head.
And it's going to be a really interesting matchup between Hartford Athletic and Loudoun United. Obviously, Loudoun coming into Hartford, playing away from home. How are they going to fare? How are they going to come into this house and try to walk away with 3 points? You're Hartford. You're winless on the season, but you are a lot talented than your record shows. You're at home. It's time to get those first 3 points on the year.
You can make the case both teams should be higher in the table based on the way they've been performing, but it's a results-oriented business, and Danny Barrera is hoping to do the job tonight for the hosts.
And he's just such an important part of what Hartford Athletic is trying to do. He plays in the pockets, can get on the ball, can turn, can dribble out players, can assist. You see all-time leader in goals and assists. So Hartford is going to have a chance to walk away with 3 points. He's going to have a big impact here tonight.
No question about that. Needs to be the focal point. On the other side of things, Sammy Gadiri, 1 goal to his name this season, but he's going to have to be important for Ryan Martin's bunch tonight.
And he's also very important to the defensive half for Loudoun United, but also the attacking half. Plays on the left-hand side, has a tremendous motor, can whip in a terrific ball, can set up goals, can give assists. So look for Sammy Gadiri to have a big impact for Loudoun United tonight.
Everyone knows there's a lot of soccer left to be played this season, but both coaches know as well that the wins need to start coming if they're going to get back in the playoff picture. Hartford hosts Loudoun in this Eastern Conference tilt, and the kickoff from Hartford is coming up next.
You've got a life to live, and you don't want to miss a beat. But sometimes it happens. And Trinity Health of New England is ready with comprehensive cardiovascular expertise delivered with commitment and compassion throughout our network of hospitals and physician offices. So when you trust your care to Trinity, you won't have to hope for the best. You can set your heart on it. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank our partners: Connecticut Army National Guard, Midline Chiropractic, Walgreens, and Connecticut. Let's jump right into the starting lineups brought to you by Liberty Bank. Ricky, we begin with Harry Watling's Hartford Athletic.
So much talent on this starting 11. Obviously, you see Corey Herzog sliding in next to Lewis. Barrera's going to be the one pulling the strings, dictating tempo, moving the ball from left to right. Obviously, you have Connor McGlynn. You know what he's all about. Can score, has a tremendous passing range. So look for this starting 11 to walk away with 3 points at the first of the season for Coach Watling.
And the visitors, Loudoun United, 2 wins to their name this season, but 5 straight defeats. Here is how Ryan Martin lines up the visitors.
And it could be a 3-5-2, a 4-4-2. We'll see what they go with. But Coach Martin, they have so much ambition, so much creativity on this side. Obviously, you see Sammy Gadiri opened him in the open, so look for him on the left-hand side. Downs, Nicky Downs is a player that likes to play in the pockets, can take players on, can dish players out, but it's all about the back line. Sargis, Lillard, Hope, Gunn need to be really motivated, really compact and organized to deny this Hartford Athletic attacking unit.
Zamudio's also had a good season for Ryan Martin's bunch so far as they get set to take on Hartford Athletic here on ESPN+. Both of these teams have lost 5 consecutive games, hoping to right the ship. Tonight, Thomas Snyder is our center official as we get close to kickoff here. Hartford looking for their first victory of the season, just 1 point to their name. They picked up that point against Tampa Bay Rowdies, believe it or not, earlier in the season. And they are in their home blues, getting set to kick us off from Trinity Health Stadium. And Hartford have us underway against Loudoun United here in Hartford, Connecticut. Both of these teams have struggled in the early parts of this season for multiple reasons. However, both coaches told us no excuses. It's about the results. Both hope tonight is where the season can change. Hartford dominate the series overall against Loudoun United. This is the 11th all-time meeting. Hartford have never lost. They've only dropped points once. They've won 9 of the previous 10 meetings. As Luis Zamudio picks it up, and Ricky Lopez-Espin, what are you looking forward to in these opening minutes?
Well, I think the first 15 minutes is extremely important to see the tempo of this match. Obviously, you see Loudoun getting in a little bit of trouble as you see the keys to the game. Confidence is key for Hartford Athletic. You're at home, you're in front of your own fans. You're playing against a team that has probably a little bit of younger players, obviously, that don't have the experience, so take advantage of it. And if you're Loudoun United, you're coming away from home, you know Hartford's going to be motivated to get their first win. So that first 15 minutes is trying to take the sting out of the game and really take the fans, the crowd.
Ricky's keys to the game are brought to you by Hoffman Auto Group. We'll see Hartford trying to get out on the front foot in these opening minutes. Captain Danny Barrera out wide for the former Charlotte man, Joel Johnson. Lovely overlapping run into the penalty area. Great ball across the face of goal as well. Loudoun do enough to clear it. Well, Harry Watling gave us a marker. He said, first 15 minutes, we need to be 1-0 up. We need to score the first goal. We need to be the team that dictates the tempo and lands the early blow. It's a good sign for his team so far. Ball over the top in search of Yunus Boudadi. It's going to go out of play for a goal kick.
You can see what Hartford Athletic is trying to do. Obviously, when you have Johnson on this right-hand side, Apollon on that left-hand side, just so dynamic, the overlapping run. But again, it's really well defended by Loudoun United, not to give Lewis an easy tap-in at that back post.
Last time these two met, got to go back to October 16th of last season. Hartford won it by 1-0. It was a Connor McGlynn 0-0. McGlynn is in the starting lineup tonight. That's a lovely placed ball with Loudoun in behind. It's a little back heel defensively by Jadama that alleviates that pressure. Great spread of the ball by Simonson, and Loudoun have to retreat. And in the end, it's a free kick as Corey Herzog fouled off the ball. We asked Harry Watling about Corey Herzog earlier this week, and he chuckled to us before he gave us the answer. Just talked about how he's great with the ball at his feet, can score goals in bunches, but mostly talked about his personality and how it's great for getting this group out of a rut.
And you need players like that are just locker room guys that make everyone feel good, that really relieve some of the pressure, like to joke around coming into the office, into the locker room every single day. It really does wonders for the mentality of the squad. So a player like that obviously produces on the field, what brings that stuff in the locker room as well. It's just so valuable, and it's a tremendous pickup for this Hartford Athletic side.
Almost everywhere he's been, Corey Herzog has been a factor on a competitive team. And again, despite the slow start, Harry Watling was extremely positive and upbeat with us earlier in the week. And so that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm positive all the time, whether we're winning, we're losing, or we're not getting the results we want. I'm always positive with the guys. I trust the group. Chemistry still needs to come further, and they need to take their chances. But he trusts this group, and playoffs are still the target. There's just too many games, he said, left in the season to give up on that dream. He said so many things can happen. He said, you look at us last year. We had such a good start, failed at the end. Could go the opposite this season as it dropped for a nice opportunity for Perpa. Centrally in the penalty area, Zamudio holds.
And it falls down extremely nice for Purple. Doesn't get the contact he would like, but if you're Loudoun United, you need to be better in clearing that ball. You can't have the ball bouncing in your 18-yard box. This Hartford Athletic side is just too talented, and they'll make you pay.
Great ball by Kadiri to the far side for Loudoun. Downs running onto it. And will be recycled by Green. Here's Kadiri. Helped on by Landry. Grant Lillard, who Ryan Martin praised earlier this week, is one of the best players on the team from a leadership perspective. Really good at the back to help lead the line. Loudoun do have 2 wins to their name this season, but haven't won since. Samake. A little bit of a triangle forming there. Simonson made a good run as well, but it's going to go out of play.
It's a really interesting little wrinkle here from Coach Martin. Obviously pushes Sammy Kadiri up a little higher to join the attack. He's a player that is so valuable, so versatile, can play on the wing, can play inside. We'll see him here playing as maybe like a false number 10, false number 9. His relationship between him and Simonson is going to be really interesting and really important for Loudoun United.
Trinity Health of New England is proud to be the official medical provider and title partner of Hartford Athletic. Always committed to providing the best healthcare experience every day for every patient. Trinity Health of New England, care that's always there. Great challenge defensively there by Bruin, who's had a really good, strong start to this campaign defensively for Hartford. Bruin and Jimmy Slayton, who's in goal tonight, really impressed Harry Watling and his staff in the preseason. And they weren't initially in the plans, especially Slayton. Both of them took jobs off of other players and have been regular starters ever since. And Harry Watling's been really impressed with what they've brought to the table so far. Udati is dispossessed. Samake getting it centrally to Landry, and it'll be recycled all the way back to Sargis. Lovely cross-field ball to find Samake. Into the penalty area. Loudoun had a couple of players queuing up, including Downs, but it's dispossessed, and Andre Lewis, the former Switchbacks attacker, finds his goalkeeper, Slayton, who clears.
And it's really disciplined, patient buildup from Loudoun United. Lovely switch of play to Samake here. A little clever, cheeky little run inside that box, Diarra, but you want him to get on that ball and turn forward. Give his players a chance.
Ryan Martin wanted a free kick. It's exactly what he gets. Here's the last sequence with Kadiri doing a nice job holding up the play. And speaking of cheeky, Simonson. Oh, referee blows his whistle. Ball did not stop. Had to come to a complete stop there before Hartford could reestablish the play. Here's Kadiri for Loudoun. Couple offside appeals. Assistant referee kept his flag down. Lillard through the legs of Barrera. It's swapped over again by Landry over to that far side. Bad first touch, though. Allows Hartford to reestablish themselves defensively, potentially. Last time out, Loudoun lost 3-1 at home to El Paso Locomotive. It's a game where they took the lead inside of 30 minutes, but let it slip by halftime. Simonson, oh, he towed the sideline really well there. I should say the goal line, and nearly picked down a teammate centrally, not able to do so, and Hartford are let off the hook.
And it's not the first time you see how comfortable Simonson is in tight spaces. Second time he pulls that ball behind his standing leg to get away from a defender. Really good, crafty attack from Loudoun United. Just so unfortunate, doesn't get an end result. But if I'm Coach Martin, I'm extremely happy 10 minutes into this game how my boys are starting.
Nice ball by Samake, but it's Simonson who's surrounded outside of the penalty area, and Barrera finds Budati. But Brewitt didn't definitively clear that. And Hartford can settle things down as Loudoun kind of sat back there for a moment. Herzog brought down. Referee thought nothing of it.
And it's going to be really important for Hartford Athletic to get their footing on this game. Obviously 10 minutes in, haven't really had much possession or passage of play. So you're looking at Purpa, McGlynn, Barrera in that middle three to say, to really get on the ball, put their foot, string a couple passes together, get the confidence within the side.
Please join us in helping founding partner, the Hartford celebrate nearly 75 years of educating children about fire safety with their Junior Fire Marshal program. Visit juniorfiremarshal.com to learn more. Simonson trying to thread it through. It's well covered on that far side, and Luca Purpa picks it up. And his pass is wayward. Simonson, I think, thought he was fouled there, which is why he almost lost the ball, I think. Thought the referee's whistle was going to come. It didn't. Again, Samake, who's been pretty free on this far side, was the target, but they overshot him. Hartford lost by a goal to nil last time out against Indy 11. It's a 40th minute goal from Ayoze that ended up holding up for all 3 points. And to be fair, Hartford have had a pretty difficult schedule at the start of this season. They've had to face Pittsburgh, Detroit City, who've been off to a very good start. Miami haven't quite hit their stride yet, but could very well be in the playoff picture. And then, of course, Indy 11 as well. And there are notable injuries tonight for Harry Watling's side. Juan Obregon Jr. is out with a knee injury. Ariel Martinez has an Achilles problem. Rashid Daly is out with an illness. So the depth has been tested at times during these first few weeks of the season. I should say few months, just over a month into, say, over a week into the month of May here. Of course, Loudoun, with the way they move players around throughout their franchise's system, they've had to make changes, as well as Simonson tried to chip it. But in the end, he couldn't dink it over Slayton, and it's out for a goal kick. Big chance for Loudoun.
It's a really well-worked build-up here from Loudoun United. Gadiri just picks up his head, puts his ball in the path to Simonson. You can see what he's trying to do. Outside of the foot, trying to find that far post. If he goes with his left foot, probably has a bit of a better angle. But this is so good from Diarra. Just draws in, Brewitt. The timing between him and Gadiri. And if you're Simonson, you need to put that on target. It's an opportunity that goes to the wayside. But on the other hand, if you're Hartford Athletic, you're just getting broken down far too easy.
Diarra did not keep that in. And it's going to go out for a throw-in. Diarra's got to be very careful there. He can't just kick the ball away like that. Don't always get away with it. Can be easily a booking there. Referee kind enough not to oblige. This is Budati. Misplaced pass. It's cut out by Sargis. Now Gadiri looking for Diarra. It's well covered at the back defensively by Modu Jadama. Out for a throw.
And Loudoun's having a lot of success on this left-hand side with the likes of Samake, Gadiri. If you're Coach Watling and company, you need to tighten up your lines, make it a bit harder to play through. Loudoun's having just far too much success, really dictating the tempo of this game.
Lewis, the help of Barrera, dispossesses Loudoun in the midfield. This is Herzog. McGlynn, who scored the winning goal the last time these two met back in October of 2021. Brewitt couldn't handle the hot pass across from Jadama, allowing Diarra to pick it up. Gadiri making a good run in behind. His ball across is cleared by Jadama. And as far as Samake, whips it back across. Nobody really took a risk for Loudoun there to make a run. Barrera just about keeps it with Hartford. Perpa finding Barrera. This is Joel Johnson. Brewitt. Your side, Younes Boudadi. And Lewis will reset. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta and Citizens Bank for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, Nuovo Pasta and Citizens Bank will donate meals to Food Share Connecticut. Vicious ball over the top that Herzog is able to get onto here. He's onside. He invites Younes Boudadi into the play. Herzog tried to keep it alive. It's still in play. Boudadi, good ball across, and the header down by Lewis is safely into the hands of Zamudio.
And you have to give credit to Herzog there. So opportunistic. The ball just played over the top by McGlynn. He keeps this play alive. And in the end, it's a really clever little ball there from Perpa. Just so unlucky that Lewis doesn't get enough on that ball. He puts it, has the right idea, trying to head it across, trying to find that far post. It's lucky enough, it is at Zamudio. It's better from Hartford Athletic, getting themselves into the game slowly but surely here.
Brewitt's challenge was deemed to be fair on Samake. Lovely ball to find Barrera, and now it opens up for Joel Johnson on the far side. Herzog making a run through the middle. Barrera joins him. It's still Johnson. And Zamudio claims.
Terrific goalkeeping to read that play, to stay in tune with his back line. That ball gets through. There's a number of blue jerseys making that far post run. But this is Danny Barrera at his best, getting the ball in the pocket, be able to turn. Johnson, just a bit of skill, sends Hope Gun the wrong way. Look at this goalkeeping, just reads the game. Steps up, safe hands to deny Hartford a goal-scoring opportunity.
He's at it again, Barrera finding Herzog. McGlynn just able to get it. Perpa. Lewis's ball across. And Loudoun do just enough. We're seeing the fight and desire from these two that we expected. Both teams trying to end losing runs here. Hartford aiming for their first victory of the season. Loudoun, after picking up 2 early wins, trying to get back on the winning trail after dropping their last 5.
And it's no secret for Hartford Athletic, as Danny Barrera is getting on the ball more, they're having far more success. Just the ability to stay in that pocket between lines, have the technical ability, the body position to get on the ball and have it in the half turn and face forward. Here's a chance here.
Oh, Diarra picks the pocket of Brewitt, plays it across for Sammy Gadiri, who's blocked by McGlynn on the edge of the penalty area. Still not dealt with. Samake, and then Loudoun will slow it down.
Last-ditch defending there from Hartford Athletic. If Gadiri takes that ball with his right foot, gives him a better angle, has to slow down, trying to put it on his preferred left foot, but give credit to Coach Watling's boys. They get back in a heartbeat to deny a shot on goal.
Lillard. Gadiri was surrounded there. It's a ball over the top, looking for Samake. Younes Boudadi controls. Trying to keep Samake literally at arm's length. That ball is going to just about stay in. Lillard saved it. And then he found Simonson, who tried to find Diarra centrally. Nearly turned something out of nothing there. Loudoun again on the attack. Initially started by Jacob Green, and then Downs has to reset. Of course, Loudoun do have a few injuries of note tonight as well. Tyler Freeman is out tonight. Michael Gamble was questionable, but Ryan Martin had told us earlier this week that he was going to get a place on the bench, and he has. It's great to see him back, and of course, no Pietro with the shuffling of the roster around with the first team, of course, at MLS level. One of their more talented players from a season ago, Pietro. Player that Harry Watling highlighted, but then made a point to mention. It's tough to prepare, though, because we might not see him, and he was right in the end. Not in the squad tonight. So to look at other players that might be a threat, and Simonson and Gadiri are certainly two of those, along with Samake and Diarra. Downs picks off the pass from Jadama. This is Landry looking for Gadiri. Gadiri just pushed and chased it past a couple of Hartford defenders, but in the end it shepherded out for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our community champion program. Children from undeserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. Good, vibrant stuff from Sammy Gadiri so far for Loudoun United. You talked about it, Ricky. Not only great in the attacking phase of play, but also very strong defensively as well. Simonson in the attack. In the end, it's too far for Samake, although it did take a touch. And it's out for a throw, which is taken quickly. I was wondering why he slowed down there for a second. He knew it was going to be their throw regardless, but in the end it ends up at the feet of Slayton. Hartford Athletic, I should say, have had some very good goalkeepers over the last few seasons. Parfait Mandanda comes to mind under Roddy Jaidi a couple of seasons ago, but even look at Austin Pack, a solid goalkeeper at this level. Harry Watling clearly needed to see a lot to give Jimmy Slayton that role, and he did. Very impressed with how he has started this season, despite some of the poor results. Harry Watling still picked out a lot of positives, and the biggest one that he mentioned as far as places to improve was being more clinical. Chances have been created throughout the start of this season, but Hartford Athletic have one of the worst conversion rates in the league at just 10%. That's where things can start to change.
And this game is, obviously it's pretty early in the season, but it's just so massive, really to kickstart that really goal tear. That they have so much talent in the attacking half. They just need to make it click. And obviously when you're at home, you're the most confident. You don't have to deal with travel. You don't have to deal with other sorts of adversity. You got to sleep in your own bed. You know the stadium, how it plays, the surface, etc., etc. It takes one game to see the ball hit the back of the net for a player like Corey Herzog. But Danny Barrera gets involved as well. The confidence starts rising, and it's just a different Hartford Athletic team. So it's a really important 3 points up for grabs here for Coach Watling.
McGlynn ran into trouble. That's a late challenge by Brewitt, and he's going to be punished for it. It's going to be a booking here. So Brewitt has his name taken by our center official. It's the first caution of the evening. His challenge on Simonson was rather late.
It is a hard challenge from Brewitt. Just comes through, moments after the ball is gone, takes out Simonson. He needs to be extremely careful now, Tom Brewitt, on a yellow card in this first half. Be really disciplined in his defensive efforts. Don't want to pick up a silly yellow to give this Loudoun United team any advantage away from home.
Thomas Schneider, no hesitation, our center official. With Ryan Martin and his staff are just talking things over. Samake's over there getting a few words from the coaching staff. There's Harry Watling, former coach at Chelsea, West Ham United, and at Millwall as well in England. All rather big London clubs. He's coached the likes of Jack Wilshere, Declan Rice, and Callum Hudson-Odoi. That's just to name a few, as Zamudio had to come off his line to deny Herzog an opportunity, but Lewis picks it back up. Lovely move from Danny Barrera. Lewis picks his head up. Simonson blocks his cross attempt. Udati has room to cross. Floats in a dangerous ball, but it's too close to Zamudio in the end.
And it's really interesting to see the relationship between Herzog and Barrera. Obviously, Corey likes to run in behind, stretch that back line. So the likes of Lillard, Sargent need to really respect that. What that does, that opens up space for Barrera to operate. So you see when Herzog goes long, Barrera's gonna play for those second balls, occupy that space that is vacated by the run of Corey.
Loudoun will be forced to take this from a few more yards back, as Lillard will get us back underway. Still haven't had a clear-cut chance. Zamudio's been called into action a couple of times so far. There's been a few half chances for Loudoun. Diarra picking the pocket of Brewitt nearly led to a big chance. The Gadiri opportunity as well. Gadiri's on it again here, although Budati shields him away from it. Sami Gadiri actually began his professional playing career in Germany back in 2016-17 with BW Freisdorf. Then played in USL League 2, then moved up to League 1 with Greenville Triumph. 2021, he was with Fort Lauderdale in League 1, then played 10 games in the MLS with Inter Miami last season, 2 starts as well. He's on the ball here, nearly had a chance to shoot there. Brewitt blocked a potential cross and pass to Simonson. And the ball looking for Barrera is wayward in front of Harry Watling, as he gets a little feisty with Lillard. Lyco Office Furniture is a proud sponsor of Hartford Athletic. For over 40 years, Lyco Office Furniture has been furnishing startup to Fortune 500 companies all over New England. Go to lycoinc.com for more information, as Lillard and Harry Watling exchanged pleasantries there. Harry Watling has worked under Jose Mourinho and Carlo Ancelotti, the former of whom has had a few touchline dust-ups in the past. Again, just shows how much both teams really need this one. It's early in the season, a lot of time left, but as we talked about at the top, Ricky, you have to start winning as soon as possible, because this playoff picture, especially in the East, where so many teams will stake a claim to the top 7, you have to start as soon as possible on the winning trail.
First and foremost, you need to win at home.
Right.
That's the most important thing. And so you see not only in this league, but leagues around the world, really teams that make their home, or really a fortress, make it hard. Here's a bad turnover here.
Herzog actually took it away, but Joel Johnson couldn't get it out from under his feet. Budati on the overlap. And Loudoun, in the end, win a throw. That was very dangerous. Herzog, almost with go-go gadget-like length on those legs, was able to grab it back when it looked like Loudoun were okay. Nearly put them into big trouble. There's some pressure from Hartford that leads to a turnover.
The last couple of minutes, Hartford has really pushed up in their press, making it hard for Loudoun to play out of the back. You can see it's almost results in a shot on goal moments ago from Herzog. Then it's a wayward pass there from, I think, Downs that goes out of bounds. For the last 15 minutes, you think Coach Watley's going to will his boys to really put on the pressure, try to force turnovers in their attacking half.
Lovely skill by Barrera. McGlynn. McGlynn is going to shoot. He had a little bit of whip on it. It faded from left to right, but Zamudio really had no trouble with it. Another look.
And we've seen it time and time again, just a long-range distance from McGlynn. He hits it so clean. Just hits it straight at Zamudio. In the end, it is a routine save for the goalkeeper.
Lewis from Barrera. Perpa. And McGlynn trying to find Barrera, touched away by Downs. Lovely ball over the top by Downs. Jacob Green is on it. 3 Loudoun players to aim at, and none of them get onto it. Samake keeps it alive, and across it goes, and it was backheeled across the face. And Hartford do just enough to win a goal kick out of that.
Still unlucky for Loudoun United not to get on the score sheet here. First, it's a good run by Sammy Gadiri, trying to pierce that middle of the goal, but then Samake just beats his defender. You can see what Simonson's trying to do. That little cheeky back heel from behind, just unable to get contact with the ball. But something we didn't see in the first part of the first half was just the runners inside the box. It's better from Loudoun United, asking questions of the back line of Hartford Athletic.
Located in Windsor, Connecticut, Dayhill Dome will feature the region's only full-size indoor field, plus multiple outdoor fields. Visit dayhilldome.com for more information. More good play from the visitors all around Gadiri. For most of that, at least around the penalty area. Still no breakthrough, though. Again, Loudoun looking for their first ever win against Hartford Athletic in the 11th meeting. 9 wins, 1 draw for Hartford in the all-time series. Budati just about danced out of trouble there. Picks it back up, space for Perpa to run into. He thinks better of it and resets. Of course, Hartford played 5 of their first 7 games this season on the road. But still, even the 2 home games they've had, they haven't come up with wins. Sees Budati. Johnson switching sides. McGlynn is passing to Perpa. Perpa is fouled. This is a free kick in a pretty promising spot here for the hosts.
It's a good opportunity to put this ball in a dangerous area. Ask questions of Zamudio and that back line organization-wise. Cause a bit of chaos in that 18-yard box. A player like Danny Barrera just has the quality to put this ball in on a rope right around that penalty area where he's aiming.
It's exactly where it goes. It's headed back into the dangerous part of that penalty area. Jadama was the closest one there in a Hartford shirt. It's put back into the path of Herzog, who didn't anticipate it. And his touch wasn't clean enough to sneak in behind. Not sure that was meant by Hartford Athletic there, but it nearly paid off in huge dividends. Now then, Lewis for Barrera, who retrieves it again. Andre Lewis. Danny Barrera. Andre Lewis. Across the face, it's blocked out of it by Lillard. I believe it is another Hartford corner.
So good from Danny Barrera. You think he's gonna let this shoot, has a patience, makes a defensive unit, make their move first, and then springs Andre Lewis here on this right side. Just so unlucky it doesn't result in anything more. You can see as Barrera gets on the ball more, how influential he is for Hartford Athletic.
From the set piece. Flicked on into the path of Herzog. Still Corey Herzog in traffic. Wasn't able to get the shot away, and then it's floated towards Brewitt, I believe, who stayed up there. And he wasn't able to come down with it cleanly. Zamudio, however, was. And Jadama trying to pick the pass off, but now Jadama is out of position here. Able to get back and recover. Simonson. This is Downs. Right into the path of Diarra. Green back to Diarra. Diarra's ball across was promising, but again, nobody took a risk for Loudoun United. And it is out for a goal kick. Hartford Athletic is proud to partner with Baronet Coffee, a fourth-generation family-owned business. Founded in 1930, Baronet roasts and sells only the finest specialty coffees. Go to baronetcoffee.com and save 20% off your first order with the code Hartford Athletic. Well, that was short for Slayton, who just blasted it upfield before trouble could occur. And the hold-up play from Joel Johnson leads to a free kick. Barrera to Johnson. Johnson wins a corner. Formerly of Charlotte Independence, who are now in USL League One. After making a really deep playoff run a season ago in the USL Championship. You have to say, no matter how Hartford Athletic are doing, they always get great fan numbers out for their home games. Great support here in the Hartford area for this team. We have a Bank of America corner here from Danny Barrera. And puts in a good set piece. Lillard had to touch it. Simonson missed his header at the near post. Great ball up to Diarra, but Budani backtracked, and then it was cleaned up further by Apollon.
The terrific ball in by Barrera. The ball is asking for someone to crash in that 6-yard box and put that ball to bed. If you're Hartford Athletic, you need numbers to commit, put their body on the line, and get on the end of the ball, because you know the service is going to be good. The player, the quality like Danny Barrera.
Loudoun's turn to attack. Samake finding Downs. Landry to Sargis. Back into Sargis's path from Gadiri. It's good play by Andre Lewis helping backtrack. Lillard just getting the better of Herzog. Lovely ball in behind again for Diarra. But his run was just a little bit too early, and he's in an offside position. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, league's choice, player's choice.
I really like the movement of Diarra in this first half. Running in behind, pulling players out of position. Been asking all sorts of questions of Brewitt and Jadama in the back line of Hartford Athletic. So clever and so quick he is.
This is Gadiri as Loudoun attack again. He tried, I think, to slide that through for Diarra. And it ends up at the feet of Slayton. Well, I think this goes without saying, Ricky, but just remember some of the games at the end of the season for Loudoun a year ago, and people were wondering, where was this group going to be? Obviously, it's a team that's preparing for MLS play and things of that nature, but part of that job is to be good and develop players. They have to deal with an issue here at the back, however, and it's punished. Joel Johnson makes no mistake. And Hartford Athletic give Loudoun a sucker punch inside of 41 minutes, and they have the opening breakthrough. Just what the doctor ordered for Harry Watling's group, and Hartford Athletic lead by a goal to nil.
And it's just so good from Herzog to hold up play, to put this ball in front of Johnson, and then you make Grant Lillard make a decision. Does he stay with Andre Lewis or does he go to Joel Johnson? He does neither. Johnson doesn't need to be asked twice. He beats Zamudio, and it's a well-composed finish from the number 30 in blue to put his side up 1-0. Much needed. But what a goal that is for Johnson. Terrific composure inside that box. Picks his corner, finds the back of the net.
Joel Johnson's team-leading second goal of the season, just Hartford's 5th in the league this year. Boy, could it be a big one. And the fans love that finishing from Joel Johnson. Those are the moments that Harry Watling was hoping his players would get into and be more clinical. Joel Johnson obliges. Now Simonson, all of Loudoun's hard work, they have to fight back into this one after at times I'd argue being the better side in this first half. But they get hit on the counterattack. Ball in behind looking for Gadiri, and he's going to foul Boudadi here. And that will end that attacking sequence for the visitors. Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila.
Just a different look that Corey Herzog gives you. He's able to run in behind, he's able to hold up and give assist. Able to spin his defender there. When you have players like Johnson, like Andre Lewis that love to run into a lot of real estate in front of them. Well-worked goal. Like you said, Sean, Loudoun United is going to feel hard done by. Some would say they have been the better team, more on the ball, asking questions in their attacking half. But does it really matter how much possession you have? It matters what you do with it. Hartford Athletic, one clear cut, chance on goal, 1-0.
Another set piece for Danny Barrera to mull over here. Couple minutes plus some potential injury time still to go. And Joel Johnson's strike as the hosts out in front. Corey Herzog, by the way, was credited with the assist on that goal. Hartford in search of another. A great service again by Barrera, and it nearly fell for a chance. Referee blows for a free kick inside of the penalty area. The USL Championship returns to ESPN2 as the back-to-back Eastern Conference title holders Tampa Bay Rowdies head west to take on a high-powered Phoenix Rising FC. Sunday, May 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Well, he's not going to show it, at least on the outside, but Harry Watling has to be extremely happy with the way Hartford have dealt with Loudoun's attacks in this first half and have the lead in the end. Of course, should be mentioned, Hartford Athletic are one of 4 teams in the USL Championship that have not recorded a clean sheet so far this season, but so far so good for the hosts. Lillard will retreat. It's been good from Ryan Martin's Loudoun. They just haven't taken their chances, an issue that he brought up to us as well over these last 5 games in particular. And they were 1-0 up against El Paso, but let it fall apart a little bit in the second half and lost by 3-1.
So far, so good. Well, come on now, let's call it for what it is. Come on.
Played forward. Udati deals with it. Brignall Vineyard stoppage time. 1 minute of injury time at the end of this first half. Can Loudoun use it to get level? Landry. And again, Loudoun have about 25 seconds left in the first half. Lillard. Not the best first touch, and he gives it away. Maybe a chance for Hartford to counter, but Lewis gives it back to Gadiri. Harry Watling didn't like that. And that should be the last major act, although there is a few seconds left if Loudoun can hurry. Pruitt does the defensive work, Perpa clears. Controlled on the far side by Apollon, who boots it forward. And that is the final act of the first half here in Hartford, Connecticut. Well, it was pretty even for most of it. Loudoun had the better of the chances for most of it. However, Joel Johnson striding forward to give Hartford Athletic a crucial opening goal. And the hosts are in front, Ricky, at the break.
The difference is just being clinical in front of goal. Obviously, Loudoun United has been extremely good in the middle of the field. Just no one really taking a chance, asking a lot of questions of Hartford Athletic. It's been really good between the lines, but just no finished ending product for Hartford Athletic. You need to be better, get on the ball a bit more in that second half. As Barrera got involved, he started asking questions of the defensive unit of Loudoun United. It'll be really interesting the next 45 minutes to see the tactical changes that Coach Martin and Coach Walling does.
Hartford Athletic are in search of their first win of the season. They're on the right track in front of their fans here in Connecticut. Joel Johnson's goal has them in front over Ryan Martin's Loudoun United. We'll take a break. The halftime from Hartford is next. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez, Espin back here with you on ESPN+. Hartford leading Loudoun United by a 0-0. Joel Johnson scoring in the 41st minute. And the hosts have the lead. We're excited to see what happens in half number 2. But first, we'll take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference, brought to you by Jim Beam and Hornitos. Top of the table, I think the most notable thing to mention here, Tampa Bay in 7th at the moment, Ricky, but Detroit City in their first season in the league, sitting pretty right now in 2nd with 2 games in hand as well on the 2-time defending conference champs.
And what a start to their season, their USL Championship season. Detroit City sitting 2nd in this Eastern Conference. There's so much talent you see on this table right here. Memphis 901 getting a big win at Charleston yesterday. We'll see how this table looks in a couple months, but there's just so much talent. There's no really easy out in this Eastern Conference, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, Miami's recovered well, and Lou City unbeaten through 10 games as well. Bottom half of the table. This is why it's important Hartford can actually make up some ground with a win tonight. Loudoun trying to keep them at arm's length, and of course Hartford will have a game in hand after this one is over on Loudoun, but both of these teams have lost 5 straight, and both with a result would hop over teams in the table.
And Hartford, the job is not done yet. The next 45 is going to be crucial to this season and trying to turn this thing around. Obviously going to come out, trying to get that second goal, trying to climb up that ladder right now, and it starts in the second half for Loudoun United. It's going to be really interesting to see how they come out in the second half.
Here's how the upcoming schedule looks for Hartford Athletic. Red Bulls 2 coming up next. Then they got to go play Tulsa. Then it gets pretty tricky. Phoenix come to town on May 28th at El Paso, and they're starting to heat up a little bit. And then they go play the Fighting Landon Donovans of San Diego Loyal.
And talk about travel. Talk about quality opponents. El Paso, Phoenix Rising, FC Tulsa's not easy out. At San Diego, away from home. It's a lot of work to be done for Coach Watling, but they have the talent to do it. They have shown how deep their squad is. It's going to be interesting to see what these results look after that schedule.
Makes these next couple really important. Loudoun have to go to that great atmosphere in Michigan against Detroit City next time out. Then 3 home games where they can pick up some points. Memphis will be tough, but Charleston and Red Bulls 2 are there for the taking, and then they got to go play Atlanta United 2.
And they're all winnable games for Loudoun United. Obviously, you go to Detroit City, that is a bit tricky. But then you have Memphis at home. Memphis is a quality opponent. Charleston, battered New York Red Bulls 2. And then you're at Atlanta. Obviously, it is a road trip, but not a crazy one. So it's going to be interesting to see how Loudoun United fare. And they do have the talent. They can get all these points. So Coach Martin has to be feeling good about his squad.
We'll see if they can fight back in the second half of this one. For the time being, we will take a break as the sun sets here in Hartford. The action's just picking up, though. We'll get to news and notes, scoreboard, and next after the break.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
You strive to stay on top of your health, but you can't always see what's coming. So whether you're ready or not, we are. At Trinity Health of New England, offering you expert orthopedic care throughout our hospitals and physician offices, whenever you need us, for whatever it is. You didn't plan on the pain, but you can make your next move an easy one. Trinity Health of New England. Care that's always there.
Hartford lead Loudoun by a goal to nil. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez Espin returning to you here on ESPN Plus as we'll take a look at the news and notes from around this USL Championship. And we begin with the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. 5 teams from the league are in the round of 32. Of course, there's some head-to-heads in there, so 2 will get into the round of 16 as well, Ricky. And of course, later on tonight, Monterey Bay will open up Cardinale Stadium for the first time after playing 7 straight road matches with the Lights in town. We're excited for that one.
So much going on in the world of soccer in this country. Obviously, the Open Cup, the W League kicked off yesterday. And obviously, Monterey opening their home stadium against Las Vegas Lights, as we see there. New Mexico tied 0-0 against San Diego at home. Pittsburgh leading Birmingham at the half 1-0. El Paso Locomotive and LA Galaxy is going to be an interesting match. And then you see FC Tulsa and Detroit City.
Yeah, no question. A lot of good games tonight around the USL Championship, and we'll see if Pittsburgh can hold on. Those 2 were supposed to meet in the postseason last year. It didn't happen. May 15th, ESPN2. We talked about it earlier. Phoenix and Tampa Bay meeting out west. We can't wait for that one. Orange County, the defending champions, welcoming in New Mexico United on June 4th. And then a big one, Monterey Bay against San Antonio. San Antonio has been running riot so far out west, and then Detroit City, El Paso as well.
All right, my eyes go up to that top left. Phoenix rising, the final that never was. Tampa Bay Rowdies. It's going to be so interesting. My popcorn is ready for that one.
So many people missed out on that one a couple of years ago. We'll see if we get some fireworks in that one later this month. One more break, and then we'll get to highlights, stats, and the second half kick between Hartford and Loudoun coming up next. Last Fly Airport Parking is a proud partner of Hartford Athletics. Save 20% on your airport parking by pre-booking at lasfly.com. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez Espin taking a look at the first half highlights from this one. And Ricky, we start in minute 12 with the visitors on the attack.
and they came out really strong. Loudoun United do it. A great pick out here from Sammy Gadiri to see the oncoming run of Simonson. But if he goes with his left foot, he probably has a better angle trying to smash it into that far post. But it's so good between Diarra, Gadiri, Simonson. Just so unlucky he doesn't put it on target.
3 minutes later, Hartford had a chance with Herzog on it initially.
And he's just so opportunistic. The way he runs that back line. Creates something out of nothing there. It's a good little pick out here for Perfa to find Budati. But in the end, it's cut out by Zamudio. Interesting save from him, but if you're Andre Lewis, you have a good idea. Trying to head that ball down over your left shoulder, but just don't get enough power on it.
In the 31st, again, this is where Loudoun were really in the ascendancy in the first half.
Yeah, they have a lot of numbers in the box. Just doesn't come off there on that first run from Green. Then if you're here, if you're Samake, dicing little ball in that 6-yard box. Simonson just unable to make any sort of contact there. It's a good look at it here. You can see what he's trying to do. Just trying to guide that ball in with his left foot behind. Just doesn't get a touch on it. It's an unlucky for Loudoun United.
And with all those missed opportunities, Loudoun lived to pay for it as Joel Johnson in transition would open the scoring.
And it's just such good hold-up play here from Herzog. First, that first great touch to bring it away from the defender, to put Joel Johnson into a lot of real estate, and then he makes no mistake about it. Beats a goalkeeper to his near post to give Hartford Athletic a 1-0 lead right before halftime. Maybe a bit of run against the run of play, but they won't ask any questions. They'll take the lead. Be really interesting to see how they come out in this next 45.
Despite all the good play from Loudoun United, it's worth mentioning, Ricky, no shots on target for Loudoun in the first half. Hartford had 5, and they made the most of it.
Yeah, they had so much possession, obviously moving the ball from left to right, especially in the middle of the field, but really didn't really threaten the goal. And Slayton didn't have too much to do in that first half. So you're going to be really interesting to see how they come out here. Going to be motivated to get on the score sheet early in the second half for Hartford Athletic. You need to get Barrera on the ball. Good things happen when he's on the ball and he's confident.
Teams will switch sides for the start of the second half. Loudoun kicks us off going from left to right here on ESPN+. Joel Johnson's goal has Hartford in front here in Connecticut, and the second half is underway. With both of these two teams trying to end lengthy losing streaks. Does look like Loudoun made at least one change at the half. Michael Gamble, who was questionable coming into this game, is on for Ryan Martin at the half. And Carson Vom Steeg, who's on the ball now, also came on for Ryan Martin's Loudoun United. So a double switch for the visitors. Michael Gamble had been dealing with an injury the last couple of weeks, but Ryan Martin told us on the phone earlier this week how excited he was to get him back. Both the substitutions are brought to you by 4G Recycling, and that first one is notable because Sammy Gadiri comes off, Ricky, who was so vibrant in the first half for Loudoun United.
And you have to think it has to do something with the Open Cup coming up. Going to maybe get a look at with the first team with DC United as they have their Open Cup coming up. So really interesting to see. Obviously, Rio Hope gone. His night is done. Maybe another one that's getting some time with the first team as the week comes on. Steve coming in as his right back here.
Well, Ryan Martin mentioned it, you know, having the Open Cup back, and obviously so many people, including us, are thrilled that it's back after a 2-year absence due to COVID, but you know, with teams like this that also have players going to help MLS teams, it can really stretch out your squad, and Loudoun's dealt with that the last couple of weeks. And the longer that DC United stay in the Open Cup, that's going to continue to be a thing that Ryan Martin and his staff have to address with league games.
That's what you kind of sign up for when you're an MLS 2 side. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of movement, dealing on injuries, dealing on scheduling. Open Cup, you have a lot of games in a short period of time.
Don't miss our next match right here at Trinity Health Stadium on May 14th at 7 p.m. Go to hartfordathletic.com for tickets and for more information. Loudoun will try to get back into this one. Gamble putting some pressure on that back line, but Jadama releases it in time. Landry. Good pressure from Perpa. Vom Steeg. Has a misplaced pass right in front of the Hartford bench. Thank you to all of our Business Alliance members. Tonight's Business Alliance partner of the match is ZCC Law Firm. There's a Loudoun player that's slow to continue here. I believe it's Landry. Looks like he'll try to carry on for now. We'll keep an eye on that as things progress. That's why so many times, right, you hear about around this league, other leagues across the world, you know, possession's great. It's great to have it, but what you do with it is what's paramount, and that's why Hartford have the lead. They've been more clinical. They had a little bit of a moment where they had to absorb some pressure, but they gave Loudoun the old sucker punch. That's why Harry Watling's side have the lead.
They're just missing that final bit of quality in that final third, whether it's a little combination of player taking a player in 1v1, taking a shot from distance. Slayton hasn't had much to do in that first half at all. So it's going to be maybe a mentality change for this Loudoun United side. Really be on the front foot and take this game to the back line of Hartford Athletic. Ask questions of Slayton, put him in uncomfortable situations.
Stieg is forced back by Hayden Sargis. A little casual there from Zamudio, and it actually puts Loudoun in a precarious position here as Joel Johnson picks it off. Johnson's ball across, McGlynn helps it on for Danny Barrera. Back to Joel Johnson, and Jacob Green does just enough to find Vom Stieg. And Loudoun in tight quarters just about make up for that mistake, but it's given back again. And Connor McGlynn can reset.
Just a little bit too much dancing for Hartford Athletic on top of the box. Doesn't result in a shot on goal. You win the ball back in a really good position. Danny Barrera just elects to put on his left foot. He wanted to maybe ask questions of Zamudio, put that ball on target. Just a little too casual in the end. Result in a corner kick here.
Corner here for Hartford. Trying to add on to that Joel Johnson goal in the first half. Barrera with some great service again. It's dealt with initially. McGlynn's ball back in. Good centering pass, and Jadama's header flies over the bar. Loudoun on the other end. This is Jacob Green. Open things up through Gamble, and Gamble's pass wasn't the best, with Herzog always lurking back there. But in the end, Zamudio cleans things up. Budati misjudged the pass to Simonson. Simonson looking for Green, and it's over his head. Jacob Green cannot keep it in. It hit the corner flag, and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Just unable to control that ball, Green is. It's a good run to the back post. You can see, puts his hands up. He knows he should do better with that. But Loudoun has to be extremely careful as they're trying to claw themselves back into this game to really take care of the ball in their defensive half. Don't want to have any sloppy turnovers and give Hartford Athletic another easy look at goal.
Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of the USL Championship action here on ESPN+, home of the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Bit of a wrestling match here on the edge of the penalty area. Budati holding off Diarra. Slayton is able to sweep in and snag it. This game is still very much on a knife edge. Again, both teams really need wins here. A draw would be great to end the losing streak, but especially for a team like Hartford, who haven't won a game yet in the league this season. could be paramount, I should say, to changing the tide of this 2022 campaign. Of course, Hartford had such a good start to last season under Harry Watling, and things just kind of fell apart. At the end, they ran out of gas and missed the playoffs. A year after they made their first ever playoff appearance in 2020. They're trying to get back there, and Harry Watling again was super positive with us earlier this week and said we're still planning on being there, just about getting those results, and he's confident his boys will do just that. A little bit of lingering there from Lewis and from Perpa. But Hartford deal with it. Herzog trying to turn past Lillard, unable to do so. Joel Johnson picks off that pass. Barrera controls. Perpa's pass, maybe a handball in there. Referee says no. Nikki Downs comes out with it for Loudoun. Michael Gamble inviting Green into the play. McGlynn fighting for it. Joel Johnson helping. I think that's going to go Hartford's way. Green not happy with the decision. Oh, no, it does go Loudoun's way. In the end, the assistant referee made the decision. Lillard's ball forward. Diarra. Diarra again. Not a ton to aim at yet in the penalty area. Downs, though, back to Simonson. Diarra and Slayton sliding in. And in the end, it's all a moot point as the offside flag was up against Zoumana Diarra.
Really nice combination between Diarra and Downs on the top of the box. You think Simonson just puts his foot in on the ball where he probably not intended for him. Diarra keeps on his run. That's what catches him offsides. He's been extremely a bright point for Loudoun United. 56 minutes in. Finding really good pockets, really clever in his movement, and his spatial awareness, Diarra is.
Ooh, that was a high boot from Barrera. Referee saw that. That'll be a free kick. Since 2018, the Fix has been Hartford County's leading wellness spa. Whether you need a quick B12 shot to increase energy or a vitamin infusion rehydrate, this is the place to reset your mind and body. Take time, treat yourself, and invest in your health. Once again, Joel Johnson comes out of the pack with it. Luca Perpa. McGlynn. Here's Jadama. Some space in front of him, but his touch lets him down. As it does for Michael Gamble.
And it's 2 times in the last, only let's say 5-6 minutes that Hartford have the ball in a really nice position, but they're just too pedestrian. They play it sideways, it ends up going back. Those are the times you need to be take initiative. Play your first pass forward, first touch forward, be positive in your movement, in your mentality. Take the game to Loudoun. Those are the opportunities that go missed for Coach Watling's side.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. A little bit of a wrestling match there. Fist pump from Harry Watling, who loved every minute of that, and it's a Hartford free kick. Looks like Loudoun are readying a change here. Abdul Zain is going to come on here, and it looks like Diarra is actually going to make way. Good shift, I think it must be said, from Diarra tonight. Another 4G recycling substitution. hoping that Zane can come on and make a difference for Loudoun United here as a substitute. Free kick for Loudoun. Gamble. Landry. Loudoun again will build from the back. Lillard. Tried to find Simonson, who hasn't been as involved as he was at times in the first half. The game has kind of come to a little bit of a standstill these last 5-10 minutes. Apollon. Timed it well to run into some space. Looking for Barrera over the top, who mistimed his run. And the flag is up. Oh, that's a misplaced pass. Out for a corner, cheaply given away by Loudoun. Herzog didn't really put a lot of pressure on, but it's a set piece out of nothing for the hosts.
Just not sharp enough in the back. Loudoun United, not the first time they've given the ball away, rather cheaply in the second half. So we'll see as Perper goes over to take on the set piece, if they can make them pay and find the back of the net here.
Nearly an hour gone here in Hartford, Connecticut. Barrera leaves this, although actually he takes it on the short option, flicked in by Lewis. Handball appeals from the fans more than anybody else. Referee saw nothing wrong with it. Udati trying to keep that in. He does, taking it away from Loudoun. Hartford could still come up with something here. Barrera can pick out a pass from almost anywhere. He finds Brewitt. Brewitt again. It's cleared away by Sargis before he could get back onto it.
Nervy moment for this Loudoun back line. Give credit to Hartford, putting the ball in dangerous situations, asking a lot of questions, causing a bit of havoc. The moments you want a player like maybe Michael Gamble to get on the ball, really have that experience, take the sting out of the game, get the confidence within the team again. A bit under siege the last couple minutes, Loudoun United has been.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank our partners, Bank of America, Walgreens, Anthem, PwC for supporting this year's Changemakers Night. With their help, we've raised over $10,000, which is used to fight period poverty in the Hartford community. Hartford's turning the screw a little bit more than they did in the first half. It's like Prince Sadie is getting ready to come on for Harry Watling's group. That change will be made now, and it looks like it's going to be Andre Lewis who is going to make way here. Another 4G recycling change. So Lewis is off, Prince Sadie is on. That's the first Hartford alteration of the night.
Solid shift there from Lewis. Unable to really make the impact that he probably would like in this match. But he's really busy making runs in behind, supporting player to Herzog. So we'll see with Prince Sadie what he does if he's able to make an impact immediately. Loves to run on the line. Good on the box, explosive player, powerful player. So look for Prince Sadie to get on the ball early and often.
Good run by Zane initially, and now it's Landry. Far side, ball is whipped in, looking for Simonson. Herzog is gonna let this run out of play for a Hartford throw. Prince Sadie this season is actually tied for 4th in the USL Championship with 3 assists to his name so far this season. Number 7 there in blue, middle part of your screen. Can certainly provide something for Hartford Athletic here in these latter stages of the second half. Meanwhile, that Hartford throw turned into a Hartford free kick. And they can relieve some of this Loudoun pressure. 41st minute strike in transition from Joel Johnson, who's on the ball now for Hartford, is what separates these two. Ooh, miscommunication there at the back. Apollon and Chidama. Hartford pleading with the officials that was last off of a Loudoun player. Referee allowed play to continue, and then the assistant referee overrules him on the near side. Well, normally the decision has to be made much quicker than that. That's what Harry Watling is talking about to the fourth official. Can't let play go on like that. And the decision, ooh, might have been for Loudoun there, at least on that angle. That actually might have been the wrong choice by the assistant referee, but we play on. Prince Sadie, he's gonna line one up and nearly hit the target with a curling left boot effort from outside the penalty area.
Really confident take here from Sadie. Finds himself in a lot of pocket of space. Elects to cut on that deadly left foot of his. You can see what he's trying to do. Like you said, Sean, trying to bend that ball into that far post. Just so unlucky. He doesn't put it on target. I'll tell you what, if that is on target, he has Zamudio beat.
Westfield Bank is proud to support Hartford Athletic and all they do to make our communities better. Need more convenience from your bank? At Westfield Bank, you can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com. Hartford on it again here. Apollon on this near side. 25 minutes left of the 90. Good ball into the middle of the penalty area. Just comes up a little bit short, looking for Danny Barrera, who made a good run through the center of the penalty area as well. And after a tangle of legs, it's going to be a free kick for Hartford, and Ryan Martin can't believe it on this near side. Hartford take it quickly. McGlynn for Herzog. Herzog's pass is wayward, but Chidama just trying to keep it alive. In the end, Downs controls it, and Lillard clears it. And Loudoun win a free kick. Game's been a little choppy these last 10-15 minutes. But both teams have still had chances to either add if you're Hartford to the lead or equalize if you're Loudoun. Certainly been opportunities, but both coaches talked about it. The lack of clinical finishing has really been a problem during these respective 5-game losing streaks, and we've seen a little bit of that tonight, but Joel Johnson's moment of class is the separator so far. Good ball looking for Perpa, well defended by Landry. And these two were group rivals in the USL Championship a season ago. Played each other quite a bit during the regular season. Loudoun has never beaten Hartford. They've only gotten a point off of them once in 10 prior meetings. Hartford are looking for their 10th win in 11 tries against Loudoun. We are told that Loudoun are readying another change. We'll await confirmation on that. That's going to be a yellow card for Lillard. He's wearing the captain's armband tonight for Loudoun. He got into a little bit of a dust-up with Harry Watling in the first half, and he's booked here for this.
Yeah, just comes in, trailing leg, catches Barrera there. That long touch right there just lets him down. Tries to make up for it. And it is a foul. That's like what I think the ref does a favor to Loudoun United as Hartford elects to go quick and stops a possible counter.
Here was that change. Isaac Espinal is going to come on, and that is going to be it for Nicky Downs. Another 4G recycling change. It's the fourth change that Loudoun have made And we'll see if Espinal can change the tide here. Not the best judge of that by Brewitt, I believe, in the back. And then Jadama makes a mess of this. Hartford have to be careful here. Jadama again. Ooh, that might have been handled by Jadama. No, it's going to go against Gamble. Both players, I guess, in the end, had their hand in there. Could have gone either way, I thought. Looked like it was Jadama live. Ryan Martin can't believe it. We get the luxury of another look.
And it's not dealt with good enough by Hartford Athletic. We'll take a look here.
Oh, it might have been both of them, actually.
I think Gamble is a bit cheeky. Kind of push that ball in with his hand as it's close to him.
A yellow card was shown there. We're waiting to see who it was shown to. And in a situation where both people handle it there, it's the first offense that's going to get called, and Michael Gamble, in the end, was rightly punished. We're told, though, that it was actually Corey. We'll wait on confirmation, actually, on that yellow card. It was Corey Herzog who was booked for that challenge. There's the confirmation we were waiting for. He was offside on that last sequence. We approached 20 minutes to go at Trinity Health Stadium.
And Loudoun are lacking someone in the middle of field to really show up and provide some support in the pockets. Been no really present since the likes of Sammy Gadiri has gone to the bench. Someone that's able to get on the ball, have their body position right, able to connect the ball forward, play forward. It's been a little too sloppy for Loudoun in the second half. We see a chance here, see if they'll make something out of it.
Zane does well with the hold-up play, but he's passed for Brewitt. In the end, he's picked off, and Hartford initially came out with it, but Landry picks off the pass. Gamble can recycle. The substitute Vom Steeg has it now. Jacob Green.
It's a perfect picture right here. You don't really see someone just checking in a little bit right in front of Luca Purpa. Just a lot of red jerseys just staying next to the defenders in that back line. Makes it far too easy to defend if you're Hartford, if you're Loudoun United. You need a bit more movement, drawing players out of position, pulling players out of position, opening gaps, breaking down this defensive unit of Hartford Athletic.
The Performance Lab is an all-inclusive model that brings the latest technologies for pain relief, wellness, and mobility together under one roof with one-on-one treatments and a customized approach that fits your needs. Performance Lab will get you moving and feeling your best. Free kick for Loudoun. Danny Barrera and company leading by a goal to nil. Trying to get their first win of the season. Trying to continue their dominance against Loudoun United, a team that they've just owned over the years, frankly. Loudoun to put up a heck of a fight tonight. They just haven't been clinical enough, as we've described, in the final third. That's what's let them down. Great cross-field ball by McGlynn, but it comes up short, looking for Sadie. Loudoun now a little sloppy here at the back. Haven't been made to pay for it yet. That's going to go out of play for a throw on the near side.
There just hasn't been really a sense of security in the middle of the field. Someone that you know is going to hold on to the ball, connect a couple passes together, move the ball from left to right as Luca Purpa is going to go in the book for something silly.
Third Hartford player to be booked.
Yeah, there's no need here from Purple. He draws the foul, and he's just a little time wasting there. Coach Watling's not going to be happy with that.
Gary Watling was actually talking to the fourth official about that. Espinal It's a decent ball in. Budani has to be careful. And Budani does really well in tight quarters. He was hounded there by Samake. And it's a Hartford free kick with 17 minutes left of the 90. And Simonson has to be careful. He nearly talked himself into the referee's book himself. Johnson. McGlynn. Ooh, that might have been handled. That's what Harry Watling and his staff were saying. I think it is going to be a free kick.
McGlynn does extremely well to really spin away from defense, trying to play this ball down the line, but it is a handball from Bomsteeg. Makes himself bigger, denies that passing lane.
Can Loudoun United get back into this? Ball is floated into the middle for Simonson. The substitute Gamble. Espinal has space for a cross. It's again just a little too high for anyone wearing a red and white shirt. Bomsteeg again. Green. And Landry will reset with Sargis. Not enough bite to the bark that Loudoun has provided in this second half. They're trying to get it back with Espinal. Landry's ball across is a good one. Simonson leaves it. Samake skies it. And it's out for a goal kick with 15 minutes left.
Really well worked build-up. Probably their best passage of play, Loudoun United, in the second half. Comes out nicely to Samake. That first touch just lets him down a bit, pops it up, has to wait for it to come down. Lacks a little bit of composure inside that 18-yard box. You need to put that on target and ask questions of Slayton. Goes over the bar, and what a chance that is missed for Coach Martin and company.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank Connecticut's own Ripe Bar Juice, the official cocktail mixer of Hartford Athletic. Johnson kept that in. He finds Corey Herzog striding into the penalty area, and Sadie was making a great run across. Couldn't get on the end of it, but he gets it back. Sadie's ball in, above Herzog, and miscued by Johnson. What an opportunity to double the lead for Hartford Athletic. Hartford creeping up a little bit here, and it's a misplayed pass by Green. Joel Johnson surrounded. Green makes up for his miscue with a lovely back heel. Looks like Jace Clark might be getting ready to come on for Loudoun United. Getting some instructions from Ryan Martin here on this near side. Jeremy Garay is also on the bench tonight for Loudoun. Let's see if he has the chance to come on. Espinal's pressure on Jadama forces it back to Jimmy Slayton. Still time for late drama here. Budati fending off an attacker. And gliding past a couple of challenges. Thought he was fouled. Has to get back in his position because Loudoun had nearly cut them open. Espinal's ball forward. I think Simonson has stayed down here for Loudoun on the far side of the field, and referee is going to blow this to a stop. Simonson's being stretched out by a teammate here. Still time to go, but this would be a massive result for Harry Watling and Hartford Athletic as they try to turn their season around here in the early goings. Only team in the East that hasn't won a game this season, Hartford.
And it is a pivotal moment for Coach Watling and company, like you said, Sean, unable to get their first win. See if they're able to close this one out. Obviously, you want the 3 points, but what also is going to come with this game is you learning how to close out games. How do you protect the lead? Obviously, it's unknown territory, especially in this season. You're at home. How can you take down time of the clock, take control of the game, of the tempo, keep on the ball, don't make silly mistakes to give this Loudoun United team any life? It's a good learning opportunity here for Coach Watling's side.
While all of that was going on, I beg your pardon, one of the Hartford assistant coaches was sent off by our center referee, Thomas Schneider. And Harry Watling was booked as well. They may have been complaining about how long that took for Simonson to be attended to. Can only guess, though. So that all happened while Simonson was being stretched out on the pitch. So we're nearly 80 minutes gone here. This is all going to be added on to stoppage time, which is why I think Hartford were complaining about the way Simonson went down and then was taking his time getting ready to return to play. Jace Clark, by the way, was brought on as well. Another 4G recycling substitution. So Loudoun again, a little bit of a roll of the dice here. We'll see if Jace Clark can come on and again try and help Loudoun change things. And Simonson actually was the one that was brought off. So it was legitimate, at least in the eyes of Ryan Martin. And they make the change. That is a blow. He was one of their better attacking players for most of this game tonight. Perpa. Dispossessed. Gamble. Couldn't quite get it past Barrera, and it's well done to switch the fields there by Landry to find Green. Espinal. Couldn't quite keep his footing. He got dispossessed, and then that's a follow through on Jadama by Jace Clark, who just came on and is going to be booked for that challenge and has to deal now with Corey Herzog, who's not happy with it. Jace Clark not wasting any time making himself felt on the pitch.
It's a hard challenge from the substitute here. Ball gets laid back. And it is late. He just comes in, catches Jadama. And I'll tell you what, if Jadama doesn't realize it, doesn't really take that hop, that could be a lot worse. Thankfully, he's okay, but it is a hard challenge from Clark, and a deserved yellow card there.
Joel Johnson's goal, still the difference. It's going to go out of play for a Hartford throw. Both teams have had sporadic opportunities to score again in the second half, but this game's gotten a little bit more physical, choppy at times as far as momentum is concerned. Hartford had tried to manage this game, put 3 points in their back pockets. Brewitt's ball forward. He's going to go into no man's land and out for a throw. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Stanley Black & Decker. Stay tuned each week for the Stanley Innovative Play, of the game. Meanwhile, Tulu is going to come on for Hartford. And Corey Herzog is going to come off, I believe. He's on a yellow card. So Herzog is done. Tulu is on. It's a 4G recycling change.
And it's a defensive change here from Coach Watling. Takes off a striker, brings on a defensive player to lock down this game. Secure the 3 points. Herzog was terrific today. Just so busy leading the front line of this Hartford Athletics side. He has the assist on the goal, but he does just so much more. There's a presence up there, makes life extremely difficult for defensive units.
That was a mistake by Connor McGlynn. In possession, Lillard lofting it into the penalty area. It's headed. Espinal trying to control it, and his overhead kick is blocked. That nearly was very dangerous for Hartford. All coming from a Connor McGlynn miscue. Green centering pass, Lillard. 6 minutes left of the 90. There's gonna be a chunk of stoppage time, you would think, after that. Oh, misplaced by Gamble. Sadie from Johnson. Prince Sadie for Hartford Athletic, and he hits the woodwork. That would have settled it surely. But Sadie can't hit the target, and we play on. Overlapping run for Samake on this far side. Into the center it goes, and it takes a deflection, and it's caught by Slayton.
It's a terrific pick out here from Johnson. And you know what? Sadie has one thing on his mind: to get to goal. Shows inside, goes out. Just so unlucky not to put that on target. Best friend of Zamudio is a post. And then in the other hand, Samake does extremely well. Takes an awkward bounce from Brewitt. But give credit to Slayton to stay with that game, that ball, and secure it.
McGlynn looking for Johnson, who flicks it on for Sadie. Lillard having some trouble with it at the back. He uses the outside of his left boot to just wriggle it out of trouble. Hartford Athletic is proud to team up with Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work together year-round in the fight against food insecurity. Just over 4 minutes left of the 90. Sean St. Jacques, Ricky Lopez, Espin here with you. Hartford in search of their first win of the season and their 10th win in 11 tries against Loudoun United. Can Loudoun snatch something in these final minutes? Both teams still feel like they have a chance at it here. McGlynn, lovely ball to pick out Joel Johnson, but Johnson's touch wasn't good enough. And Jace Clark cleans it up. Clears it though only as far as Jadama. Jadama picks out Barrera. Lovely touch from Barrera. He finds Purpa. Purpa's shot is blocked by Sargis. And then Espinal gets away from Jadama. Loudoun have some numbers here if they hurry. Gamble finding Green. Green, I don't know where he was going with that. Gamble wanted it in the air, and it's given away. McGlynn. Johnson finding Prince Sadie. Sadie will shoot, and Zamudio is able to parry it away. All of a sudden, it's end-to-end again like it was in the first half at times. Samake can't get onto the pass, and Tulu clears.
So much back and forth between these two teams as this game is winding down. Don't know how that's not a foul. But you love to see the attacking football. Obviously, Loudoun gets in a really good position, just Green caught between two minds, doesn't really know what to do. Bit disappointing in the end. Goes down the other way, Prince Sadie making his impact felt, running that line. Yeah, it's a good save in the end by Zamudio.
Hartford is readying a substitution in just a few moments. Joel Johnson is out of play. Mitchell Curry is going to come on here, and actually that's the last act for the goal scorer, Joel Johnson, who just saw his number come up. And his 4G recycling substitution will see the potential match winner leave the pitch.
And he is the difference. Terrific on the ball. Really good in his movement, creating space, occupying space that is vacated from other players. It's a good shift there from an experienced player, Johnson.
Can Hartford see out these last few minutes? Loudoun are going to keep on coming. Samake getting it back here on this far side, and Brewitt does very nicely there to clean it up and shield it out for a goal kick as we approach the 90th. Slayton will get us back underway. And we highlighted it at the break, but both of these teams have some pretty difficult schedules coming up later on this month and into the month of June. It's why this one is very important, especially for Hartford here at home, to get their first 3 points from a victory, of course, on the road. They have a point already from that draw against Tampa Bay, but nothing else yet. All over the top here is this Brignall Vineyard stoppage time. There's 6 minutes of stoppage time still to play. That's enough for anything to still occur here.
A lot of time.
There was the Simonson stoppage, and of course, Harry Watling was booked. His assistant was sent off. There was quite a bit of time for that. Loudoun could equalize here. Vom Steeg too far over his head. He appreciated the service, but Apollon cleaned it up and concedes the corner. And Loudoun will still feel they're in with a chance to get something from this. Green from the short corner. Green's curling ball in is too strong. And the chance goes begging for Loudoun.
And it's the second time in a couple of minutes. Green finds himself in a really dangerous position, slacking that bit of quality, bit of composure. First he gives a little cheaply turnover, then unable to really put that ball in a dangerous situation. Those are the moments that really make a difference at this level. The margin of error is just so thin. You need to take a chance of every advantage you get, every opportunity.
We've had 1.5 minutes of the minimum of 6. Mitchell Curry tried to win that. Budati did not get there. Samake gets it for Loudoun. Out wide. Zane's able to get it back to Samake. Jacob Green again. Green's ball in is just out of the reach. Another great run in behind. It was a great ball by Green, but too much on it again, only just.
And he gets it right this time, trying to find that just far post clipped ball to one of his players in red. Just so unlucky. They're not on the same page, trying to get on the end of that. But those are the service you need from Green. He has the talent, he has the standard to do it, the quality.
Well, where's Ted Lasso when you need him? Still time left for Hartford to see this out. Flicked on into the penalty area again, and it's a tangle up in there. Referee saw nothing wrong with that. Wow. Meanwhile, Curry in transition for Hartford. Sadie is through the middle. He tries to find him, and it's cut out by Clark. Still 3 minutes left of injury time. Game is still not settled yet. Gamble. Gamble got it back, not sure how. Crosses it into a good area. Top of the box, Sargis miscues it. Poor first touch. Now Sadie is released on this near side. Pass into the center of the field is picked off. Hartford are stretched here. Ball over the top. And the center header is cleared away by Barrera. Boy, frantic stuff here in these final few minutes. Clark lofting it forward. And Lillard is offside. And there's still 2 minutes left of the minimum of 6.
Loudoun committing a lot of numbers forward, trying to find the equalizer in this dying moments. We'll give credit to Hartford Athletic. They've been really sound defensively. Lines compact, making it hard to break down. Haven't really given Loudoun a clear-cut opportunity. A look at Slayton.
You feel there could still be one late twist here, one way or the other. From the free kick, Espinal's control. McGlynn concedes the throw. Loudoun have to hurry. They have a minute and change left. Espinal's ball over the top. Miscommunication, and Van Steeg just didn't get enough on it to find a teammate, but Barrera just wriggles his way out of trouble. And now Sadie, if he can keep it in, he can't. He would have been in on goal, Prince Sadie. Espinal. Loudoun throwing everything at this. Sadie dispossesses. Now Hartford have numbers, but they're not going to be in too much hurry now. Ball over the top, cleared by Clark. Kept alive by Lillard, a slip. Loudoun have to get this up the field. No time to waste. Last roll of the dice, Michael Gamble. Jacob Green. Curling it into the penalty area, and it's saved by Slayton at his near post. And it's out for a corner as Loudoun nearly equalized. Clark got on the end of it. Slayton comes up trumps. Still one more quarter to defend. What a ball by Green, but Slayton snuffed it out. Loudoun have one more chance. Back post. Gamble! Blocked by Brewitt. Gamble again. Green throwing it in there. Jadama's header. Espinal and Slayton. And Hartford wins. Hartford holds on to win their first game of the season. Joel Johnson's goal is enough for the 3 points. Jimmy Slayton stays down after clinching the victory. And after a frantic finish in Hartford, the hosts hold on to beat Loudoun for a 10th time. They win it by 1-0.
Bend, don't break. Hartford Athletic in the last 5+ minutes, that was their motto. But give credit to Loudoun United. What an effort for Coach Martin and the boys to come into this hostile environment, take Hartford all the way to minute 96.
They did believe, and Hartford get their first win of the season. They'll be back in action here at Trinity Health Stadium on May 14th at 7 p.m. Hartford.com for tickets and info. We'll break here, and we'll wrap things up next as Hartford win it by a goal to nil. Harry Watling applauding the atmosphere here at Trinity Health Stadium, helping Hartford get over the line for their first win of the season. They beat Loudoun United here by a Joel Johnson goal to nil. Here's how it went down in the full-time highlights from this one. We'll start with the goal, Ricky, as Joel Johnson struck in transition to give Hartford the lead.
And he's just so clever. He sees Corey Herzog just checking back. He sees there's a lot of real estate, continues his run, puts Grant Loudoun in a really tricky situation, doesn't know whether to stay, whether to go. In the end, Johnson makes up his decision for him. There's nothing he can do. Puts the ball in the back of the net. So what a goal that is for Coach Watling. What a goal that is for Hartford Athletic as halftime is approaching to take the 1-0 lead going into the half.
64th minute, Hartford, who had some trouble at times in the first half creating chances, created a couple of good ones here. Sadie here hitting the woodwork.
And when he came on, he really did make a difference. Sadie did. Cuts into his left foot, trying to bend that into that far corner. Just unlucky not to put it on target and really trouble Zamudio.
Then in the 75th, Espinal was really a bright spot, and Loudoun created some chances of their own in the second half.
And it sets up extremely nice for Samake. Just gets it finished all wrong. Just gets under it. You want the ball maybe to drop in a little bit deeper, a little bit more so you can get contact to put it on target. But what a chance that goes to the wayside for Loudoun United. Just too little, too on the day, unable to really get that goal. They had a really good passage of play, really made their impact felt early in the game, but just was really lacking that final third, maybe that little bit of magic from a player combination. In the end, Hartford Athletic, more clinical, walks away with 3 points.
And that crazy finish, it felt like 3-on-3 hockey the last few moments here in Hartford. But in the end, Harry Watling's boys get the job done. He told us the results will come. We have to keep being positive, keep fighting, and that's exactly what they did tonight at Ryan Martin and Loudoun United's expense. For Ricky Lopez, Espin, and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques saying so long from Hartford. First win of the season for Hartford Athletic, and they keep on having Loudoun United's number.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.